Hey everybody, David here, and this is another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition class breakdown tutorial. And this particular tutorial today deals with the Paladin archetype, the Oath of Devotion. Now, the Oath of Devotion stacks on top of the Paladin. Now, as you can see here, the Paladin gets an array of features from levels 1 to 20 already. You're going to get Divine Sense, Lay on Hands, you're going to get pretty much one of the bread and butters of the Paladin, the Divine Smite feature. You're going to get Divine Health. You're going to get a multitude of ability score improvements to increase your ability scores or to take an optional feat. You're going to get spell casting. You're going to get an array of spells from spell level 1 to spell level 5. Now, on top of all of this, at level 3, you get to choose your Sacred Oath. Now, your Sacred Oath for this tutorial is the Oath of Devotion. And the Oath of Devotion binds a paladin to the loftiest ideals of justice, virtue, and order. Sometimes called cavaliers, white knights, or holy warriors, these paladins meet the ideal of the knight in shining armor, acting with honor in pursuit of justice and the greater good. They hold themselves to the highest standards of conduct, and some, for better or worse, hold the rest of the world to the same standards, which could be possibly a downfall for the paladin. Many who swear this oath are devoted to gods of law and good, and use their gods' tenets as the measure of their devotion. They hold angels, the perfect servants of God, as their ideals, and incorporate images of angelic wings into their helmets or coat of arms. So as you can see, the Oath of Devotion is your standard stereotypical type of great holy paladin. Now, the paladin, as you choose this oath, the Oath of Devotion, you're going to have tenets that you probably should abide by. And these tenets of devotion are honesty, meaning don't lie and cheat. Let your word be your promise. Courage, never fear to act, though caution is wise. Compassion, aid others, protect the weak, and punish those who threaten them. Show mercy to your foes, but temper it with wisdom. Honor, treat others with fairness, and let your honorable deeds be an example to them. Do as much good as possible while causing the least amount of harm. And then duty, be responsible for your actions and their consequences, protect those entrusted to your care, and obey those who have just authority over you. Now, you need to follow these tenets, and it's up to your dungeon master to have consequences for your paladin if you do not. So it's sort of like I would say in a roundabout way, it's sort of like an alignment check. So, also as you choose Oath of Devotion, you are going to gain oath spells. Now, you can see that you're going to get spells at level 3, level 5, level 9, level 13, and level 17. And what oath spells are, they are extra spells that you can cast that are not involved with your maximum amount of daily spells in your pool. Now, as a paladin, you are going to get a number of spells every day that you can cast. That is your spell pool. Your Oath of Devotion spells, those are on top of whatever your pool is. So take for instance level 3, protection from good and evil, and sanctuary. Those you will never have to memorize and put inside that pool. You'll always have protection from good and evil and sanctuary available to you. Now, however, remember, you will always have to expend spell slots to cast a spell. So just because it says a devotion spell, this does not mean that it's a free cast and you can just continuously do it every single round. You have to have spell slots to cast them. The Oath Devotion spells are just extra spells on top of your daily pool spells. There you go. Just wanted to explain that out for you a little bit. A lot of confusion with the, all of the different bonus domain spells and stuff like that the classes get, like the cleric or the druid or the paladin. So I just wanted to explain that for you. Now, when you choose this Oath of Devotion at level 3, you're going to get a couple Channel Divinity features. Now, Channel Divinity works the same as the cleric. You get to use Channel Divinity basically once, and then you're going to need a rest. All right. So the first Channel Divinity that you're going to get for Oath of Devotion is called Sacred Weapon. Now, as an action, you can imbue one weapon that you are holding with positive energy using your channel divinity. For 1 minute, which 1 minute in D&D 5e is 10 rounds, and each round is 6 seconds, so 1 minute. Now, for 1 minute, you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls made with that weapon with a minimum bonus of 1. So if you have a 10 charisma modifier, it's still going to give you a bonus of +1 minimum. And the weapon will also emit bright light in a 20-foot radius, and then after the 20-foot bright, it will also shed 20 foot of dim light beyond the 20 foot of bright. So you get a 40 feet light total, 20 bright inner, and then 20 dim outer. So if the weapon is not already magical, it also becomes magical for the duration of 1 minute. So Sacred Weapon is really nice. Now there's 2 ways that you can end Sacred Weapon. There's 2 ways. The first is that you can basically use it as you can actually use a free action to end it. Or there's another way, which is if you drop the weapon, or if you fall unconscious from being hit or something. So you can end it as a free action as part of any of your turn, or if you drop the weapon, or if you fall unconscious. So that's how you can end Sacred Weapon. Sacred Weapon's pretty nice. It's actually a really, really strong channel divinity. Now next you're going to get Turn the Unholy. And as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censoring fiends and undead using your channel divinity. So this is really nice. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails this wisdom saving throw, it will be turned for 1 minute or until the creature takes damage. So a couple variables here that you need to make sure that you pay attention to. It takes an action. You have to present your holy symbol, and you have to, RP some, prayer. Your dungeon master would love that. Now, it only affects fiends or undead, and they have to be able to see or hear you within 30 feet. Now, they're going to have to make that wisdom saving throw, depending on whatever your paladin save DC number is, and if they fail, they actually have the frighting condition for them for 1 minute. Now, the turn creature must try to basically move as far away from you as it can. It cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also cannot take reactions, meaning it cannot take any kind of opportunity actions, opportunity attacks. Now, whenever it's the creature's turn, for its action, it can only use the dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. Now, if there's nowhere else for this creature to move to, the creature can use the dodge action. And the dodge action is a standard action, and it will make you have disadvantage on your attacks as long as it can see you. But if it's trying to run away from you, like what Turn the Unholy would do, it would probably have its back towards you, so dodge probably wouldn't work. So that's something to think about. So that's your 2 channel divinity options that you will actually get at level 3. Now at level 7, you're going to get another aura. For a 3rd aura, you're also going to get protection and courage from the baseline paladin. But at level 7, you're going to obtain a 3rd aura, and this is the Aura of Devotion, and this is where you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you cannot have the charmed condition while you are conscious. Really nice, really straightforward. They have to be within 10 feet of you, and it's you and all friendly creatures within 10 feet of you. Now, take into consideration, like the other auras, protection and courage, Aura of Devotion will also upgrade at level 18, and the range will now increase from 10 feet to 30 feet. So wow, that's insane. So that's level 7 Aura of Devotion. Next, you're going to get Purity of Spirit. Now, Purity of Spirit is you are always under the effects of a protection from evil and good spell. So you can look up evil and good in the spell section of the player's handbook. and that is Purity of Spirit, and that is at level 15. Now lastly, at level 20, you are going to get Holy Nimbus. So as an action, you can emanate an aura of sunlight for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds in combat, 6 seconds per round. Bright light will shine from you in a 30-foot radius, and dim light will shine 30 feet beyond that. So now you're going to get 60 feet of light. Really nice. 30 bright around you, and then after that, 30 more dim. Whenever an enemy creature starts its turn in the bright light, the creature will take 10 radiant damage, and there's no saving throw. So it's just going to be 10 free radiant damage. Now, in addition, you're going to get another bonus. For the duration of Holy Nimbus, you will have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by fiends or undead. How cool is that? Really nice. Now, once you use this feature, Holy Nimbus, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest. So if you're going to use Holy Nimbus, make sure you're going in guns a-blazing, and it's going to be a big fight. So it'll last for a minute, give you a ton of light, and all creatures that start their turns, in the radius is going to take 10 radiant damage, and you're going to have advantage on any saving throws against spells by fiends or undead. So Holy Nimbus, really strong aura. I really like it. So everybody, that is the Oath of Devotion for the Paladin archetype. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment down below. Also, if you would like to try one of these Oath of Devotion Paladins, please feel free to stop by my website at tabletopping.net, and I have character sheets for D&D 5e from levels 1 to 20, every class, every archetype. So if you do want to try one of these Oath of Devotion Paladins, take the level 10, take the level 5, whatever you want. They're all on nice 3-page PDF formats. Thank you very much, and enjoy.